What's going on, everyone? Today we're going to be diving into some nostalgia-filled waters because I'm going to be reviewing Crash Bandicoot 4, It's About Time. Make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and let's get into it. First, I want to give you guys a quick rundown of my relationship with Crash Bandicoot. Are we good friends, close enemies, secret lovers perhaps? No, I loved the games when I was a kid. The original trilogy and Twinsanity were my jam. I even played those awful PS2 sequels, Mind Over Mutant and Crash of the Titans. They were, yeah.
I hate you.
I bought the Insane Trilogy Remaster Collection and love living through my childhood again, but due to the game's design being that of the PlayStation 1 era and now being a fully grown adult, I couldn't help getting frustrated and somewhat disappointed with the janky camera angles, the janky character movement, the janky ass hitboxes. There was just too much jank. But I did enjoy my time with it, although it just didn't wow me anymore. Fast forward to today. Crash Bandicoot 4 has been released to the world, trying to bring back that classic Crash feel for the veteran fans, while at the same time introducing the series to new fans and proving that he belongs back in the spotlight and can hold his own compared to the modern era platformers. And that's the big question. Does he belong back in the spotlight? And well, it turns out he most definitely does. Crash 4 brings all the joy, intensity, and frustration that the classic trilogy had, but without those god-awful first-generation mechanics. The core gameplay is still very much the same, exploring your way through various worlds, completing levels in each, getting super frustrated because you miss a box that they hit off camera. Like, why is that there? What is wrong with you? And then capping it all off with a boss battle. If you've played a Crash game before, there aren't any major surprises here. But that's not to say this feels like the same old Crash games. First off, Crash isn't the only character you get to play as. Coco and Tawna Bandicoot, as well as Dingodile and Neo Cortex, baby, are all along for the adventure through time, with each character having their own unique gameplay style, aside from Coco, who's just, girl Crash. Tana has a grappling hook and wall jumps, Dingodile can suck up TNT with his leaf blower and shoot it out at enemies or obstacles, and Cortex, my personal favourite to play, has a sick-ass headbutt move and a plasma pistol. And above all that, playing as Crash, or Coco, has never felt better. Their movements are no longer janky and uncertain. Plus, you get all the classic Crash moves unlocked from the get-go, so no more waiting to unlock the double and slide jumps. Looking back at the Insane Trilogy now, there's no way I could play those games again after controlling the new and improved Crash Bandicoot. The big new hook to Crash's return are of course the magical, reality-bending masks that aid you throughout your journey. When equipped in the levels, the masks actually grant Crash superpowers in the form of gravity control, time manipulation, dimension warping, and of course, big spin! And the way these are weaved into the levels is very well designed. They don't force it down your throat by cramming it into like 70% of a level and saying, here's the new stuff, enjoy, new, it's all new. They space out the encounters, making them feel more engaging and stopping them from becoming repetitive and boring. I guess I have to talk about the story considering this is a review and all, but honestly the story is just... The story in Crash 4 is definitely catered towards a younger audience, and I get that. It had a couple of funny lines and was engaging enough to where I wanted to watch all the cutscenes and see where the story went, but it's not winning any award for Best Narrative, which of course no one was expecting it to anyway, but there you have it. The graphical and technical aspects of Crash 4 aren't a dramatic upgrade following the remastered trilogy, but the overall textures, animations, and above all level design with the new art style are a huge improvement. This game doesn't feel like another remaster or retread. It very much looks and feels like a Crash 4. And the further and further into the game that you get, you'll definitely notice a great improvement when it comes to the world's identity and the levels feeling more diverse and real, The way worlds are themed and how it nails that theme throughout the gameplay as well. Whether you're smashing your way through boxes in side-scrolling segments or the classic Crash front view chasing sequences, every obstacle or background piece fits right into the level's overall theme and design. Also, you can unlock a bunch of great skins for Crash and Coco which are themed around the different locations, and sometimes even other side characters from the series. So having finished the main story and played through all the worlds, I decided I would try and get 100% on all the levels. What was I thinking? If you've ever played through Crash 4, or even the original trilogy, you'll know how crazy hard the later levels in the game are. Completing all the levels with insane speed for the time trials, which is hard enough as it is, and then thinking about going through again and getting every box, every gem, and doing all that without dying, made me want to curl up in the corner of my room and cry myself to sleep, but I gave it a shot. Back to level 1, here we go. After 40 minutes of repeating the same level over and over and over again, I finally got my first time trial done, and then it hit me. Something awakened inside of my soul, and I just wanted to try out more levels. And this is where I think Crash 4 really shines. Once you complete a few time trials, you start to see the absolute crazy amount of care and the amount of detail that the devs put in each and every level. The levels don't change when you're going for the speedrun, they just swap out a couple of boxes for the time extenders. You don't notice the first time through, but the boxes are placed in specific locations so that the time trials are more engaging. And on top of that, you have all the secret spots for hidden boxes to search for in your completion playthrough. The levels are all designed to play in 3 distinct ways without changing the box locations and the overall landscape of a level. Now, this isn't exactly new to the Crash games, but it's done so well in this title, and I thought I'd mention it because it's one of the main things that I noticed and I had so much fun with.
What have I got?
But yeah, man, playing through this game, it was just so much fun. I had a smile on my face throughout the first, world, just being back, playing Crash again, having that new experience, and then, each time I got to play as a new character, it was so exciting and just awesome. And now that I've put, more hours into, the speedrun stuff, and I'm about a quarter through most of the levels through the speedrun, and I'm just having the best time. I love the way the game just makes you feel so good after you get past that one section you've been stuck on for 20 goddamn minutes. You finally figure it out, and you get past and you feel so good, and then going back and getting all the 100%, I don't know, man, all this stuff is obviously optional. You can just play through the story if you like and enjoy the levels how they are, but I think to really experience the full proper game, you have to try and just go for those extra 100% runs and those speed runs, because I think that's where, as I said, the game really shines. And I'm going to try and continue to 100% the game. I am worried about the later levels in the game. The last 2 worlds are pretty brutal when it comes to just the difficulty, and thinking about trying to do them in one go without dying and trying to get the fastest run and stuff, I'm worried about that stuff, but I'm excited to try and challenge myself to do it because, I'm a sucker for that platinum, yo. I don't think I'll get it done before the PlayStation 5 comes out, but the great thing is after I get the PS5, I can load it up on there and the load times will be so much quicker, because every time you die in a speedrun, it takes about 2 or 3 seconds to get back to where you were. But if you restart the level, if you have to restart the entire thing, it takes a good minute to load it up. So I'm excited to get my hands on the PS5, install it on there, and the load times will be so much quicker and the platinum will be so much more achievable.
What have I got?
Anyway guys, there you have it. Crash 4, it's about time. A crazy roller coaster ride of nostalgia, platforming, great level design, a fun but all around basic story, and a lot of insanely difficult gameplay segments that will have you pulling out your hair and screaming at your pets while they stare at you, not quite sure what's going on, as your face turns red and you hurl your controller through If you are on the fence about picking it up, I'd say if you're a fan of the original games, or just want an entertaining platformer, you definitely can't go wrong with Crash 4. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I do want to do a follow-up video soon about what I want to see from Crash 5, which will definitely happen due to the success that Crash 4 is having. So stay tuned for that, and let me know your thoughts on Crash 4 in the comment section below, and I'll speak to you guys soon. Peace.
And now the final blow!